The mutant cells have massively benefited Luna in a way that I didn't think was possible. It's definitely changed the way I would use Luna, and I'm a fan of it. So let me show you the setup for Luna, so let's get right on into it. So for the build with Noise Surge Luna, it is going to look something like this. Now of course we are using Noise Surge, and our damage is going to be ridiculous because of this. We're using Stim Accelerant for HP, so on and so forth, expansion, amplification control, you can see the modules on screen. We do use Decimator. This does not proc inside of the lab, but this will proc when you are in the game. It's not bugged, this is how it works, but this is the Luna build. Now this is of course going to be for your main build, of course. Just to quickly highlight how Luna plays, you basically can ignore all of these stats. Just look at the bottom stats where it says Largo for your crit rate. That tells you what this does. The red buff is a crit rate one, the blue one is a crit damage one, which is the crescendo buff, and then the pink or purple one is the forte, and that is a skill power modifier buff. Ideally you want to get all of these to 13 stacks and then just maintain it. So that is the build and how to technically play Luna. So let's get on into the other aspects of this build. Next up, let's talk about the reactor and external components. For the reactor, the mounting is completely optional, and you do want non-attribute and singular in the middle. The stats at the bottom to give yourself the max damage would be crit damage and singular. I do have crit rate and crit damage, which still work fairly well, but singular would allow me to get a ton more damage. Non-attribute would also work as well, but singular is stronger on her, so I would recommend that one instead. Next up, the external components. Now for the external components, you just want to get an enlightened mage set. Now MP on Luna doesn't really matter for this build specifically, but you ideally do want to get MP recovery out of combat, MP recovery in combat, and MP recovery modifier on your parts. The resistances would also be quite nice. This is just so that it can work with other descendants like Valby for example, but this is the enlightened mage set and this is going to be what you want to use. Now let's have a look at the arcade tuning tree for Luna. Now with this tree there is two major things you can do at least. You're going to want to go across, pick up your skill power, and then you're going to want to go all the way up and you're going to want to pick up your crit rate as well as your crit damage on this left side, and then you're going to want to go up to the new mutant cell node. Now for the mutant cell node there's two options. Option number one is going to be defense neutralization. Now this is a very good option with Luna. If you are aggressive, you rush ahead a lot, this is going to make it so that you rip everything apart twice as fast, literally twice as fast in my testing at least. Even in Purge, this is a very great option. Even for solo, this makes Noise Surge Luna hit a lot harder because obviously the defense doesn't exist. But if you're not very that aggressive of a player and you don't mind staying back and then playing more sort of a cleanup versus other characters, I guess is the right way to say it, then I would recommend non-attribute cohesion. Both of these are great options on Luna, but it personally just depends on your playstyle. If you rush ahead a little bit more and you're more aggressive, then definitely go with the neutralization. Even if Luna isn't the first one into the room, you can still pull off the neutralization if you hit first. So yeah, cohesion is just overall cleaner damage and it's easier to use, so it depends on your playstyle, but all of these options are correct, so take your pick with Luna. As for the weapons on this build, they really do not matter because you're not going to be using any of them. Whichever weapon you want to start off with though is preferably going to be a submachine gun or something of the sort. A weapon where you can equip Brisk Walk, because this does in fact allow Luna to actually run faster, or the movement speed buff does apply, allowing a Luna to be faster when using Brisk Walk or when using her circular abilities. So make sure you've got Brisk Walk on your weapon and you're basically good to go. Next up, for your inversions, you ideally want Adrenaline Rush, and then you also want Biodensity Augmentation, and then the last one is completely optional. You can run whatever you want. Just because I run this across several different builds, I just leave the selective neurostimulation on at this point. But yeah, this is essentially what you would want to run for your inversions. Now that we've got everything on the Luna build out of the way, let's have a look at some Luna gameplay. So let's start off with some 400% dungeons. Now, in this gameplay, I am using defense neutralization, and you can see me being quite aggressive with Luna and rushing ahead of my other teammates a little bit more so. So, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'll give you guys the entire run. You know how I do it at this point. So yeah, enjoy the gameplay, and I will see you guys once we come up towards the boss fight. And I guarantee you the boss fight is going to be quite fast because Luna is an absolute beast. So, I'll see you guys in a moment. Enjoy the gameplay. Now we are pulling up on the boss fight. Now I did also want to say that with Luna using the Noise Surge build, for the abilities in terms of the order that you want to use them, red is for crit rate, which you want to make sure you've got 13 stacks of. Once you've got 13 stacks, then you just want to mix between your blue and purples, but make sure to maintain that red, so obviously you still have that good crit rate, and then your blues and your purples will still give you plenty of crit damage for the blue, and then skill power modifier for the purple, and you can see me absolutely melt the bosses insanely fast, ending a dungeon with almost a solid 700 million damage, which is still pretty crazy and plenty of damage. So let's have a look at some purge gameplay. In this purge, I just ran in public. There is a Serena, a Lepic, and an Inés in my lobby, but I'm gonna just do my own thing. So I'm gonna leave you guys to it and let you guys enjoy the gameplay yet again, and I'll see you more so towards the end of the run. So, I'm sure you've seen that Luna's an absolute beast. In terms of damage and everything else as well, she doesn't lack. She's just such a great Descendant, especially with the Noise Surge build. If people are going to get ready to invest in Luna, I would recommend as minimum having a Noise Surge build, because it's one of her strongest builds, and it's such a fun build to play as well. It's insane. But anyways guys, that's basically been this video, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please do smash that like button, and if you're new here, please do consider subscribing. I make plenty of videos on the first Descendant. I'm signing off for now. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and let's see how much damage I hit at the end of the run. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!